Hey everyone, Shazam! Shut up. Welcome back to another review. This one of the newest DCEU film.
Batman vs. Superman. Shazam is about a little kid whose dick gets 2 inches longer and his muscles get 10 times bigger because he says Shazam.
Yeah, this movie has a lot of hype around it right now. No idea where it's coming from. With Wonder Woman, I mean, it was the first woman-led superhero film, big budget. Black Panther, the first big budget, film with a lot of black people in it. This movie, and Black Panther, the first big budget black superhero film. So this film, I don't get it. I don't see why this is getting so much buzz. But regardless of that, we came in with no expectations at all.
The film is getting a lot of good reviews. And I mean, that 95 on Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, at this point, Rotten Tomatoes has lost all credibility, but still, at the same time, if a movie has 95%, I mean, you can expect it's going to be a little positive, maybe. And so I was kind of skeptical. I'm like, well, is this going to be good? Or is it just going to be, I don't know, a shit show? So, but overall, I think with the neutral expectations coming out, we were kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I was more negative than positive, and let's tell you why. We'll start off with positives first, because there weren't too many. In my opinion, Zachary Levi, he was pretty great. I thought he brought a lot of energy and charisma on screen, and I can't tell if it was because of the other actors. He just came off as, amazing. But he was really great. He delivered lines well. I guess that's too much to ask for everybody else in the film. And he fit the role of Shazam, which I liked. I know we're very different on this, but I thought the kid from It was pretty good. And his role as Freddy, I think was his name. I thought he was good. He brought a lot of energy as well to his role. Even though some of his lines were cringy, I thought overall he was fine. He definitely had good chemistry with Zachary Levi, which I liked. So every time they were on screen together, it was a decent, good time.
Positive for me was that I thought some moments were funny. There's a moment where, this doesn't have a spoiler, but there's a moment where he confronts the villain, and they're floating and they're looking at each other, and the villain starts monologuing, but they're too far away, and Shazam's just like, I can't hear you, and he just keeps talking because he can't hear Shazam either, and that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought there was a scene that was in the trailer, the drugstore scene was that was actually pretty funny, and I thought that was the strongest scene in the film. Okay, negatives. Plenty of those. So, first off, I think the most obvious thing was the acting from the kids, especially the kids. Who the fuck are they casting? Why is every younger actor in these DC movies terrible? The writing in this film was also really, really bad. For the spoken jokes were just, they never landed, ever, for me, at all.
I feel like the writing tried to be, they felt like they were smarter than everyone else, They were trying to do this kind of sarcastic, oh, we're making a superhero movie, but superhero movies are dumb, so we're just going to point out all their flaws. But this superhero movie kind of suffered from a lot of the flaws that other superhero movies suffer from, and when you write like that, it just came off as annoying and arrogant, The lines were, like you said, they're unnatural that way. I feel like every line was kind of like a jab at either just making a parody of something or making fun of superhero movies, and at the end of the day it just felt so unnatural. It felt like it wasn't a movie. It just felt like a bunch of writers having fun in a writing room, and yeah, it was a complete turn off.
Another problem I had, which people probably won't notice, but the audio editing and all that in the film was pretty bad in my opinion. It was really lazy. A lot of times where there wasn't any music needed, there was just music slightly in the background just so they would avoid ADR and adding sound effects that would make it not seem awkward without the music. So they just put it in there because they wanted to dodge that, and it was in every scene. It was really tiring after a while because I would just constantly hear music, and I was just like, can we please get a quiet moment here? It really getting on my nerves.
The movie ran pretty long. I mean, it's 2 hours 15, which for a superhero movie isn't unheard of, but when you think about a movie like Infinity War, is 2 hours 27 minutes. So 2 hours and 15 minutes just trailing, what is that, 12 minutes? 12 minutes behind Infinity War with one superhero. By the end of the movie, I was really kind of tired of the movie and I wanted it to be over.
Yeah, it lasted way too long, and there was a lot of stuff that could have easily been taken off. It's spoilers, I guess, but just tons of little things that could have been taken off, and it could have literally taken off like at least 30 minutes from the film, which would have helped it a lot. I'd give this thing a 4 out of 10. It was definitely below average. This film, barely any of the jokes landed. A lot of the acting was miserable, not in really the funny way either. The dialogue was bad, and just all around, it was lazy. I felt like they could have done something really special with this, and they didn't end up doing that.
I would give it a 5 out of 10. Yeah, I thought that, I mean, the thing is, I think Aquaman is actually funnier than this one, even though it didn't attempt to be funnier. I like the fact that Aquaman just found humor in places that weren't forced and felt kind of natural. And I think that they made fun of Aquaman's invincibility more in that movie than even Shazam's invincibility in this movie, which I thought they should have done. The only funny moment they have in terms of his powers is when they shoot him in the face with the bullets, and he's like, ha, I'm bulletproof. That's literally it. Other than that, they don't really utilize his powers in a comedic way. They don't utilize his transformation in a comedic way. He's either Shazam and they're trying to make jokes when he's Shazam, or he's a little kid and they're trying to make jokes when he's a little kid. I feel like they should have incorporated a better kind of kid-Shazam relationship, which was a problem because the kid and Shazam have nothing to do with each other. And yeah, DC, I think they should go back to taking something serious and giving it a comedic edge, then taking something comedic and giving that a comedic edge.
And just taking some sort of risk. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything huge like Infinity War, but just do something different, you know? Let's try to do something different. Let's stop trying to be like Marvel, okay? Other than that, real quick, what was up with the glasses taking off and the windows breaking in this film? If you've seen it, which you might have not, but if you've seen it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The main villain, who looks like he just came out of a Gucci store, takes off his glasses like 100 times, and then there's like windows that are broken, like so much.
It's not even like that's not even like a nitpick. Like literally, windows are broken probably 20 times.
Yes,
movie.
It's kind of insane. So I don't know. That's just a weird thing. But anyways, we hope you enjoyed the review.
Catch you on the next one, which is probably Pet Cemetery or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Shazam!